Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Let's talk about Baylor versus LSU in the Texas Bowl. First of all, let's give a big shout out to Baylor and Coach Aranda. Those guys started 2-4, and things just weren't working out very well for the offense specifically. Now, the defense, obviously not an elite defense, but I'll put it this way. Anytime your defense is not a Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma defense, or even a USC defense from Lincoln Riley, you're not doing too bad. But the offense has been really good. They made some quarterback changes. They started to put up points on people, get things figured out. Starting 2-4, they finished 8-4. And they won. That means they won their last 6 games. So a very big shout out to Baylor, Coach Aranda, and the coaching staff and the team for pulling it together later in the year and winning all the games that they won. And honestly, I'm surprised they're not in the top 25 right now just because of how they finished. But who knows? Maybe this game might put them in it if they were to win. Now let's talk about the other 8-4 team in LSU, and kind of a disappointment because at LSU you have high expectations. You're expected to win the national championship. You're expected to win your conference. You're expected to do this and do that. Brian Kelly has not been a bad coach, but he has not done what he's been expected to do. He's been paid a lot of money, so I expect Brian Kelly to be on the hot seat next year because for the last 2 years, that defense has not looked good at all. Last year, I kind of get it. It was a bad year. And I even said, you know what? LSU's going to come back because they went out and hired a new defensive coordinator. They still had a lot of talent. I think the defense can do some big things this year. It did some big things, all right. They embarrassed themselves on national TV against a bad Alabama team and then got lit up by Florida on the road and lost both those games. So they did something, and the defense is what let them down against USC in a game that they should have won. You know, where Brian Kelly threw a little hissy fit. He says, we find ourselves again doing that, and he's basically throwing his team under the bus. So in other words, LSU has been disappointing, but it hasn't been the team. It's been Brian Kelly. He continues to blame his players and make excuses for not doing his job, which is winning games in LSU. Why am I talking like this? Because I'm a Florida State fan. I remember what he said before last year's game. He said, we're going to beat the heck out of Florida State. I think we really are going to do that and all this other stuff. And what happened? The same program that's 2-10 right now embarrassed him on national TV. And his quarterback, who's in the NFL, doing really well. So as far as my prediction goes, I predict that Brian Kelly will continue to disappoint and embarrass himself. He won't be able to stop Baylor's offense because his defense has been terrible this year. And Nussmeier's a good quarterback, but he has had some interceptions and some questionable things throughout the year. So give me Baylor big and Brian Kelly to be on the hot seat next year.